Hi y'all, and welcome to the Crazy Sock Lady YouTube channel. My name is Kay, and this is my channel where I share all about my knitting, crocheting, and crafty goodness. Thank you guys so much for joining me here today for this episode. It is Wednesday, October 19th. This is going to be a little bit more of a chatty episode and not as much showing finished things, showing what I'm working on. I've just got so much to catch all up on. I've had a lot of messages wondering where I have been for people that maybe aren't on Instagram or were not subscribed to the newsletter. So I've got a lot to catch all up on. So grab your beverage of choice, grab your knitting. I am working on a muscle bra hat. So grab something to work on. We've got, I took down some notes this morning. So I've got some giveaway winners to announce from Summer Sock Camp and then a winner from last episode. We have so many things to chat about that have happened and changed since the last episode I recorded. And I did bring a couple of things to show you that I'm working on and one thing that I finished. It's not everything, but it's a couple things. So let's go ahead and get started. First, I will go ahead and share the winners from last episode. We had a giveaway. Oh, let me turn my ringer off there. We had a giveaway on the last podcast episode, so I'm going to put the winner from that giveaway here at the bottom of the screen. I should say this is a very impromptu sit down and record. I was not planning on recording a episode until we got into November, but I've had so many messages about so many things that I thought I just need to sit down and do just a little impromptu chat and catch up, and then dive in with full-blown episodes next month. But I didn't want to skip over any giveaway winners, so I'll go ahead and put at the bottom of the screen the winner from last episode. So congratulations. If you would just get in contact with me at crazysockladypodcast@gmail.com and let me know your shipping address, I will get that sent out to you. Then we also have our winners from Summer Sock Camp. I have posted these quite a few times over on Instagram, but I still have 4 people that I need to contact me. So I will go ahead and post, there's 2 different screenshots here. One is winners from Instagram, and then one is winners from Ravelry. So I have those 2 lists. I'll post those here. If you are one of these winners and you have not already contacted me, please do so at summersockcamp@gmail.com, and I'll just need your shipping information and I can get that sent out to you. If you've already contacted me, you saw it on Instagram, you contacted me, that is awesome. And I have all the prizes packaged up and I am dropping all of those off tomorrow for the people I've already spoken to. All right, I think that's it for the giveaway stuff. Now, oh my goodness, let's chat for a bit because there's been so much. If you follow me on Instagram or you were subscribed to the newsletter, some of the things you already know that have happened and changed since the last episode, but there's definitely been a lot. All good things. I think they're all really good and great things, but it's just been a lot. So first off, the elephant in the room, where did my hair go? I did get a haircut. I chopped about, I think it was like 13 to 15 inches by the time we were done. It feels so much better. It feels lighter. It feels just amazing, and I absolutely love it. So that's the elephant in the room there. You guys were probably, if you do not follow me on Instagram, wondering where my hair went. So there's that. And the main, huge thing that has happened since the last episode is my website, my one-stop sock knitting shop, Crazy Sock Lady Co. I did close the shop down. All good reasons why it did so good. It had always been a dream of mine to have a yarn shop, and I followed that dream. I just dove right in and went for it, and it did amazing. It did better than I ever could have hoped that it would. But when it came down to it, for quite a while now, it's just not been where my heart is at. It just got to a point where it felt like all of my time was taken up. If you have a small business, you know, all of my time was taken up. So it kind of got to a crossroads point where I was going to have to start hiring people, and I just didn't want to have to take that avenue of it to, yes, that would take some of the work off, but that's a whole other side of work that needs to be done as well. And I missed my kids. I missed my husband. I missed our family time. I missed our slower paced life that we had. I missed being home and taking care of things at home, and it's just not where my heart was at. I thank you guys so much for all of your support with the shop, because like I said, it did so much better than I ever could have hoped or anticipated. But it came down to, it's not where my heart was. You know, all the things that I said, and then I missed YouTube. I missed doing these videos. You guys know that I was not able to create content, videos, tutorials, patterns, none of these things, vlogs, nothing was happening because I was always at the shop, which is so great. And it was such a dream come true. But at the end of the day, it just came to, okay, this is not where my heart lies. Yeah, I just missed that slower, simpler pace of life that we had, and the creative aspects of content creating, of knitting, of designing, so many things. So the shop has closed. If you missed that announcement, I'm sorry. I did post a little thing in the community tab on YouTube. I sent out newsletters. I posted on Instagram to try to make sure everybody knew, but I know not everybody can see every post. So I apologize if you missed that, but it has closed down. So the office space that I had everything in, I have to be out of that by the end of this month. My lease, I set for it to be done with by November 1st. So we are just wrapping things up over there. That's why it's been kind of quiet here on the YouTube, because there's been so many changes, so many transitions that come with closing a business like that down and transitioning things back to normal life. So there's just been a lot of things to wrap up. I got all the orders out the door that had been placed. Now it's just kind of moving things back and setting things up. I am currently in the guest room / office. This has just been a guest room, but now it will be my office as well. I opened these cabinet doors. You can see them there in the shot. But I opened these cabinet doors to sit in front of this cabinet because for one, if I keep them closed, there's a glare on them, which just looks really weird. But two, this room is a disaster right now, where I have just been bringing stuff home from the office. I had a ton of yarn over there. I had just recording stuff, so much just random stuff that needed to be brought home and now needs to be set up in this space. We are renting a U-Haul. Today's Wednesday. We're renting a U-Haul Friday to bring home like my little desk. I have a shelf that's going to go in here. So I'll have a little space to work and a set space to record here in the house. I know I had talked a lot in like quite a few of the previous episodes about changes that were coming, and I was going to have more time for YouTube and different things, and that's the big change that I was hinting at. I wasn't quite ready to announce it. I had a lot of work commitments that I did have to wrap up before I felt I was ready to make that announcement. There was just a lot of things I wanted to finalize and get done and kind of get my head wrapped around it and get in the right brain space to make such a big announcement, because that is a big announcement. That's a big change in my life, and I'm excited for it. I'm so excited I already feel just the brain space and the creativity, like brain space freeing up, creativity's taking its place again, and I'm so excited to do things going forward. So I know there'll be a lot of questions about what's going to change and what's going to happen. Nothing's going to change here on YouTube other than you're going to be seeing me like you were before. And I hope you're excited about that. Maybe you're not, but I hope you are. You will be seeing me more regularly. I can't wait to kind of get back into a more normal schedule. I kind of joked on Instagram the other day that I'll feel like I'll start to fall into a schedule probably end of November, and then it'll be interrupted by Vlogmas, because Vlogmas, if you're not familiar with Vlogmas, Vlogmas is one vlog a day leading up to Christmas throughout December. And I've done that for quite a few years now, and I plan to do it this year. So you can look forward to that. November, I'm hoping to put out a couple of regular episodes and a couple of vlogs as well, kind of like day in the life vlogs. And I have a tutorial I want to record. I'm ready to dive back in, y'all. I'm so excited. I can't wait. I cannot wait. So I'm hoping we'll do the U-Haul on Friday to move everything, and then Monday and Tuesday of next week I can start organizing a bit in here and getting things set up and ready to go. We have a trip, me, Eric, my sister, and her husband, the 26th through the 27th. So I'll be out of town for those days, and then I'm hoping like first week of November to get back into a normal schedule, get back to recording. I can't wait to record some vlogs. I have missed so many things about the creative aspect of creating that content. And I have so many things I want to do and share. I'm very excited. Well, maybe we'll wait for that. But yes, the podcast, YouTube, that's not going anywhere. The only thing that's changing is Crazy Sock Lady Co. will just be shut down. No more. Summer Sock Camp, I still anticipate a knit along for Summer Sock Camp. I don't know. There's so many aspects of that had grown insanely that I don't know what all of those different parts are going to look like next year. But we are still so far out, and we'll see how that goes, you know, when we get closer and I've fallen back into a routine of things. So we will see where that goes. But that's kind of where we're at. That's kind of the big changes. And yeah, I don't think there's anything else really to say about that. I mean, I feel like I could go on and on about the things I'm excited to do and the things that you might be seeing around here, but I think let's just settle into routines. I'm hoping, like I said, to do a tutorial in November. I have one I want to share that's been requested a lot, so I think I'll probably do that, and then we'll do Vlogmas, and we'll have all the holiday craziness, and then it's the new year and new beginnings, and I don't know. I don't even know. I'm just so excited I don't even know. Okay, but shall we share some knitting? And then I do have a fun, super fun giveaway for this episode because I want some input from y'all. So let's chat a bit about knitting. Like I said, this is not everything. This room, there's just stuff everywhere, and it's not a huge room. It's a pretty small room. So I did not go through everything to try to find finished objects and all of that. I will set them aside as I'm organizing and cleaning, and I'll talk about them on the next regular sit-down episode. But I did grab this pair of socks because I know I will not have these before the next episode. They will have already been gifted. So Janet, that I had knit a pair of socks for before, that we kind of have like a little standing lunch date with her. We see her at least once a week at one of our favorite local spots, and she's become someone we just love spending time with, and I definitely consider her a friend now. And she loves the socks that I knit her before, and she's been having a bit of a rough time. So in my mind, what better way to show someone I'm thinking of them and give them a little extra love than to knit them something. And in this case, it was another pair of socks because I know she loves the ones I knit, and it's getting colder, so I thought she could use another pair. So I knit these for Janet out of some somewhat deep stash yarn. I feel like I've had this caked up. It was caked up and ready to go. This was such an impromptu cast on. I was upstairs with Eric, and we were kind of talking about how we'd had lunch with Janet and just how, you know, we were thinking of her, and I told her, you know, if she needed help with anything to let us know. So we were just kind of discussing that, and I said, I'm gonna knit her another pair of socks. I said, I'm gonna go see what I have already caked up, ready to go. So I came down here, and I have, You guys see that? Oh, you can just barely see it, I think. But this shelf right here is yarn that is already caked up, ready to be knit. There's some sock blanks up there as well, so it's just kind of things I can just grab and knit from. I saw this, I thought perfect, grabbed the needles, project bag, and off I went to start Janet a pair of socks. So this yarn is by Munchkinland Fibers, and their Etsy shop says they're taking a break, so I'm not sure if they're, I mean, obviously there's nothing currently in their shop, but I'm not sure if they're planning to come back to dyeing or not. But this was the Sahara sock set. I did not dig my sock blockers out either, so. But I love these. So I did these on Magic Loop. US 1 2.25 millimeter, 64 stitches. I did knit 2, purl 2 for the ribbing, contrast for the cuff and the toe. I do have a tutorial here on YouTube for how you can do that contrast, but I just followed the counts from my vanilla socks on Magic Loop pattern for the medium size. That's what I knit her last time and it worked really good. So I just did the same thing, same counts, all that jazz. Slip stitch heel flap as usual. So I can't wait. I wanted to go ahead and make sure I showed these today because they're sitting up on the kitchen island waiting for us to go. Usually if we're going to see Janet, it's on a Friday or a Sunday. It just depends. If like it just happens and we are there at the same time usually, then we have lunch together. So that's usually how it happens, and we'll see if we see her this weekend. I'm not sure which day we will try to do our lunch date. So that's the only thing finished that I have to show. I'm working on a lot right now. I was gonna say I'm working on a couple things. I have a lot cast on. The thing I've been working on while I was chatting is my Musselburgh hat. And I have this in a bag from the Fat Squirrel. I picked this up at, why am I blanking on what it's called? The Fiber Festival that was just at Young's Dairy. I can't remember. Why am I blanking on the name of that? I can't believe I'm forgetting the name of that. Anyways, I picked it up there. She had a booth there and it was so nice to see her bags in person. Again, I haven't seen them since Needles Up, I think, in New York. So it was great to see Amy Beth and see her bags in person, and I love this bag. The yarn that I'm using is Fiber Seed on their Sprout sock. This is the Night Zone colorway. It is very, very pretty. I have a lot done. I have been taking this, and it's just been like when we go to lunch, when we have lunch with Janet, this is what I've been working on. So it's just been kind of my, at a restaurant or something, knitting. And I've gotten a lot done. I need to measure and see where I'm at. But this is a pattern at Musselburgh by Ysolda Teague. And I have knit, goodness, so many of these. And I felt like I needed a new one for this winter. And you guys know this is not my normal color. My normal color, I don't know, it's like a maroonish kind of a like color. But I have been feeling all things green. And I just thought that this would make the prettiest hat. I don't know. I just thought it would be so cute in that color. So I'm working on this. I need to finish it up, measure, see where I'm at, get it going. And then I'm in the mood to knit more of those. They're just such a mindless knit. So I know so many people have issues with the cast on. I will link my Ravelry project pages. I probably should have said this at the beginning, out of practice. Ravelry project pages will be linked below, and I will link the tutorial that I follow for the cast on. I think it's called Pinhole Cast On, but it's by Very Pink Knits, and it's a slow motion. So she really slows it down. And I do use DPNs to cast on. It's super fiddly. I'm not gonna lie. I don't have any magical tricks. It is just fiddly. I sit down and it's like flat on the table or on my lap. I don't try to hold it up because the DPNs will just fall out because you have such few stitches when you cast on. But in the end, I get it done. It's just super fiddly and I have to go super slow to get it started. I have not tried to do it magic loop. I know some people cast on with magic loop. And I believe, I'm trying to remember who I heard saying that this was how they started this. It might have been Natalie from Nitty Natty. I believe she was just casting on and then joining in the round and then closing that up with the tail end on the inside. Like, because the way this is, if you crochet and you've done a magic, it's a magic something when you start, that kind of tightens up, and that's what this does. It tightens it up so that you don't have a hole at your cast on. But I'm pretty sure it was Natalie who just cast it on, how, I can't remember off the top of my head how many stitches, and then joined in the round and then just closed up the inside with the tail end. So that would definitely be an option and easier to do. Oh, what needles I'm using. I have these on a 16-inch ChiaoGoo US 2.5 3mm. All right. I have two sock projects that I brought in here to show. I just grabbed these as I walked in here. So this is in a bag from Daisy Girl and Company. I love, there's her tag. I love her bags. This one's like cute Halloween kitty fabric, but I love that it has this peekaboo. This is, I believe this is the large size, maybe. It's not the smallest size she makes, I'll say that. I have a pair of scrappy stripy socks in here. We are doing a little bit of a knit along for scrappy stripy socks until the end of November, and I have been having so much fun. I think this is, trying to look to see if I can see where my project bags are. This is at least my third pair of scrappy stripy for this knit along. If you are not familiar with scrappy stripy socks, I'll put a picture up here of the socks that started it all. This was like a year ago this month. Oh my gosh, it was a year ago this month. So perfect time to have a knit along for them because it's kind of like the 1-year anniversary of scrappy stripy socks. I do not have a like pattern that you can purchase for this, but I do have a Ravelry project page that has very detailed notes on how I work these up. So these ones I am using Mama Jess. And I've got her Trick or Treat colorway, and then for the main skein, and then the Trick or Treat mini skein set for the minis. And I'm ready for the toe. I was gonna say I'm almost done with the foot stripes. I am ready for the toe. Why have I not done this toe? Y'all, why? I gotta finish this. Okay, so I will have one sock done very soon and have the next one started. I've got a lot of Halloween socks going right now, but I can't even tell you how much I love doing these scrappy stripy socks. I have a whole, so Wool Gathering, that's where I got this bag. At Wool Gathering, I bought another Amy Beth bag, and it's a larger one. And in it, I put everything that I want to make scrappy stripy socks with while I was like organizing these cabinets. And there's so much. It's ridiculous. When I get my shelf set up in here, it's going to have its own shelf. I need to get some Christmas ones going though, in a bit. Not right now, but soon. Like after the Halloween and we get into November, I want to have some to wear during the month of December. So I need to start pulling out some Christmassy yarns and things. But these I'm doing on 9-inch circulars. I am doing a size medium for my vanilla socks on 9-inch. And I have notes for, like I said, for how I'm doing all of the stripes and everything on the project page. Basically, it's 8 rounds per stripe on the leg, 4 rounds per stripe on the foot. So you can find all of that over there. And I'm using a US 0 for these, 2mm, because I go down when I do 9-inch. My gauge changes when I knit in the round like that. Oh, you're going to get to see one other finished thing. I forgot that was in here. Okay, so last thing to show is in a bag from 3 by the Sea Designs. Look how cute that fabric is. And I have 1 pair of socks on the go in here and 1 pair finished. I forgot about the finished pair. So I got the Polka Dot Creek Halloween Advent, and I did my first pair right here. I love these. And then the Advent did come with the gray mini skein for you to use, and then the green that I used for the heel flap, heel turn, cuff, and pop of color at the cuff. I had those over in the shop when it was open from Polka Dot Creek, so I grabbed a couple of those to use with this. But for these, I did them on 9-inch circulars, US 0, vanilla socks on 9-inch. I did a pop of color at the cuff. You guys know that I just love doing that. Then I also did a pop of color at the heel turn, which I haven't done in, oh my gosh, probably a year or so. Like, I don't even know. It's been so long since I did that. I have tutorials for how to do the pop of color at the heel turn. I will link that, and you can also find it in just the tutorial playlist here on my YouTube. Pop of color at the cuff, I have notes in the Ravelry project page. It's super, super simple for how to do that. Oh, I should probably mention, because I will probably have somebody ask, how am I handling the ends with like the scrappy stripey and with these, and I'll talk more about this Advent. But with the ends lately, when I'm doing any kind of sock where I'm changing collars, I've been doing the Weave and Steven method. You can look up Stephen West's YouTube, just type in Weave and Steven, and it's such a great way to weave in your ends. I have made some modifications to how I learned how to do it from his tutorials. So I've done some modifications. Would you guys like to see a tutorial for that? To see the changes that I've made to make it work in the round, because it doesn't leave any gaps or anything. The changes that I've made in the way that I do it. So let me know if you guys want to see a tutorial for that, and maybe I can get that done. But this Halloween Advent was 13 days. Started on day 1 of October, and they are self-striping. They're not in mini skein form anymore. I have like little balls of leftover, but it's all self-striping yarn. So 13 days of self-striping mini skeins. These, for this pair of socks, there was 4 stripes per day. So like right there and up was 1 day. There to there was 1 day. So there were 4 stripes per day for this pair of socks. The second pair that I have going was using up the last 4 days of the Polka Dot Creek Advent. So it ended right after this right there. Here's what these look like. And they will not match on the foot. So you can see they're already not matching, but I do not care. And I'm just going to use up some of these leftovers here and have a fun pair of Halloween socks. Another fun pair, because apparently I'm just all about the themes right now. It's like my brain space started to free up with stuff from the shop, and it was just like, like I said, the creativity and the excitement and about knitting different things and Halloween yarn and all of that. I think that's it for those. These will probably be the next thing finished, like complete pair finished. I am going to finish this like today. I'm going to finish that toe and start the next one because that's a little bit ridiculous. I don't know why I put that up and didn't finish the toe. That's silly. All right, let me check my notes. I think that's it. Like I said, that's definitely not everything. Wrapping up the orders in the shop took a lot of time, and then just getting things organized and moved in here. Like I said, we're still not done. There's still so much to finish up over at the office space where the shop was, and get things moved back and finished setting up here. I did finish my yarn cabinet organization. There's this one right here behind me, and the one over like straight across from where I'm sitting. This has all of my fingering weight. Mini skeins are down here. It's all fingering weight. I'll show in a vlog. You'll see it. But yeah, I got all that organized and set up, and there's a little bit more to organize and set up once I get the shelf put over here. That'll kind of have the overflow of what does not fit in the cabinet. But I think that's pretty much it. I do have a fun giveaway for this episode. Quite a few fun giveaways. So we are going to do, when I have been wrapping things up at the shop and clearing things out, and there's a lot of like yarn that have been sent for prizes that was maybe not claimed, or just, you know, I never got around to giving it away. So we have a lot of things for giveaways, and I want to start clearing that out so we can bring in new things for giveaways. So we're going to do, for this episode, 10 surprise packages. They will all at least contain one skein of hand-dyed yarn and some other goodies from the prize cabinet as well. So we're going to do 10 this episode, and this is also just such a fun way, I think, to thank y'all for sticking around if you are since the shop has closed. And yeah, just thank you guys, and then clear some stuff out and get ready for new beginnings. The prompt for the giveaway, what is that? Let's say, comment down below this video in the comments section. Let me know something that, is there something with me coming back to YouTube more, doing more videos and all of that? What is something that maybe you're excited to see again, you're hoping comes back, you're excited to see more of, or maybe something you would like to see here on this channel? Yeah, let's do that. That should be fun. And I am hoping, like I said, next week I'm out of town for a couple of days, and then just setting this room up. I really don't want to record until I have, again, a proper episode, until I have the room completely set up how it will be, just so that I'm not, like, it was such a shuffle today to try to get things moved to even be over here. And I have a kid home sick, so that's why I'm downstairs. He was not feeling well this morning and he stayed home, so I didn't want to record up where he is trying to watch TV and rest. So that's why I'm downstairs in my little yarn cave in the basement. But yeah, so probably the first week of November, maybe, we'll see. There should be a real true sit down episode. I'll catch you guys up on things that I've finished and all the things I've been working on and all of that. But thank you guys so much for joining me for this little impromptu video. I hope that you guys enjoyed catching up, seeing a couple of the things I'm working on. I hope you're excited about the changes that are coming. I am so excited. I don't know if you guys can tell. I'm so excited. All right, I will chat with y'all soon. Until then, happy knitting. Bye.